to the Art of Hitting channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit about your health, how to live longer and play stronger. Well, listen, I appreciate you watching my channel, and please hit subscribe at the end. But you know, on my channel I do a lot of different things, and one of the things I'm passionate about is eating right now because of my cancer scare and what I've done, and have been successful with it. So when I come across something I think my audience should benefit from, you know, we have a category called Live Longer and Play Stronger, and it's all about doing the right things. So behind this introduction will be a video that I find very important, the 5 key fruits to eat to prevent cancer, and of course to live longer. So enjoy. Let me know in your comments how you like it. So Dan, what do you think about our channel with the Live Longer and Play Stronger, putting out all this health stuff for our subscribers?
I think it's really good and it's interesting. It just seems to me that the more we learn, the more it seems like Mother Nature provided everything we need, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, I didn't know this, and I learned this in my last 12 months of the journey in the Big C, but 80 or 90% of all our pharmaceuticals are made from Mother Nature, plants.
Crazy.
And the pharmaceutical company changes something in structure of it so they can patent it and charge you double what you can get out of nature. So what I try to do on this channel is do what I do. What do you think about that?
I think I think it's a great idea, and I think that if you have time to Google and research anything, I'd look into more of what nature provides. I really would. Yeah.
So I try to save people time, and that's why I do it. I'm on, as you know, I'm on YouTube searching all the time. So okay, well, thanks for the input.
Yeah.
Therapy 3 times a day.
Meet Dr. William Lee, a world-renowned Harvard-trained medical doctor, researcher, and president and a founder of the Angiogenesis Foundation. His work has led to more than 40 FDA-approved therapeutics and devices for cancer, cardiovascular disease, wound healing, and vision loss. He is also a New York Times best-selling author with Eat to Beat Disease, The New Science of How Your Body Can Heal Itself, and he recently published a new book, Eat to Beat Diet, Burn Fat, Heal Your Metabolism, and Live Longer. In today's video, we have extracted Dr. William Lee's teaching over the years and focus on how food works as medicine for our body to protect ourselves from diseases like cancer. In the final part of the video, we will list out 5 healthy and potent fruits that Dr. William Lee frequently mentions in many of his seminars and talks. So stay watching until the very end for all the juicy details.
Diet accounts for 30 to 35% of environmentally caused cancers. And in fact, we're probably forming these microscopic cancers all the time in our body. Autopsy studies from people who died in car accidents have shown that about 40% of women between the ages of 40 and 50 actually have microscopic cancers in their breasts. About 50% of men in their 50s and 60s have microscopic prostate cancers. And virtually 100% of us, by the time we reach our 70s, will have microscopic cancers growing in our thyroid.
Food as medicine.
Food, in fact, is really one of the most powerful healthcare interventions that we can do for ourselves, because food is the medicine that we put into our body 3 times a day. That's called food is medicine. You put good stuff into your body's going to last longer. The science is now telling us that there are things that we can deliberately choose. It's not food versus medicine, it's food and medicine that can help our treatments work better.
In order to educate and share the knowledge to the public, Dr. William Lee wrote a book on food as medicine. It is important to note that it's not just 5 fruits that we will look in detail in the video, but many variety of natural foods that can be considered as food medicine and help our body to become healthier.
First of all, in my book, I read about 150 foods. I think this is the first book that ever did 150 foods that have been shown by human clinical research that they can actually improve your metabolism, decrease the amount of body fat, reduce your waistline, and improve things like your blood sugars and your insulin sensitivity and the healthy hormones that relate to your metabolism.
In many seminars and interviews, Dr. William Lee frequently mentions some fruits more than others. Here are top 5 fruits that often come up in his narratives, starting with tomatoes.
Well, the best example I know is a study of 79,000 men followed over 20 years, in which it was found that men who consumed cooked tomatoes 2 to 3 times a week had up to a 50% reduction in their risk of developing prostate cancer. Now, we know that tomatoes are a good source of lycopene, and lycopene is anti-angiogenic. But what's even more interesting from this study is that in those men who did develop prostate cancer, those who ate more servings of tomato sauce actually had fewer blood vessels feeding their cancer.
Lycopene is a fat-fighting bioactive. Here's what it does. It actually takes our harmful fat and helps to burn it down by activating a special kind of fat we have in our body called brown fat. So good fat can burn down white fat, which is harmful fat, dangerous fat, and eating tomatoes will light that up, improve your metabolism, improves your metabolic profile overall, lowers bad cholesterol. This is all with tomato, and it actually shrinks your waistline as well. One study that was done actually took normal, healthy young women who were not overweight or obese, okay, because a lot of research is done with people who are already overweight, but this is actually taking young, healthy female grad students who don't have extra weight. They're considered normal body size, whatever that means, okay? That can be debated, but the bottom line is that they had just one tomato to eat before lunch every day, and they were able to lose weight and improve their metabolism. Very achievable dosing. So tomato can actually do it.
With foods, it is important to know how best to prepare to maximize the intake of the good components. So here is how you prepare tomatoes.
But the lycopene is in a form that's called trans, and it's very difficult for your body to absorb. It's one chemical form of the lycopene. If you heat it, you change the chemical structure naturally, and you change the trans to the cis form, and suddenly your body can absorb it. So at 2 minutes of heating tomato sauce, you suddenly make it 50% more available. And after you simmer it for 30 minutes, it's 250 more available. And so again, how we treat our food makes a difference as well. There have been studies looking at cooking tomatoes in water, and you can actually get the lycopene out, and you can see that there's some lycopene that goes into the bloodstream. But lycopene is a fat-soluble, it's an oily molecule. It dissolves better in oil than in water, right? So oil and water don't mix. Lycopene loves oil. If you cook tomato sauce in olive oil, the lycopene gets into your bloodstream a lot more easily because it doesn't get flushed through. Now it gets absorbed into your body, all right, by a lot. What kind of olive oil would you want to use? If you look across many of the olive species, there are 3 varietals of olives that have the highest number of anti-angiogenic, cancer-starving polyphenols. One's Italian, from Umbria, Moriolo. One is Greek, from Peloponnesus. It's the Koroniki olive. One's from Spain. It's called the Picual olives.
Next in the list is pear.
For anyone struggling with high blood sugar, do not drink cold water. Did you know type 2 diabetes is a completely reversible condition? You may not know this, but
This is a pear, and the reason pears are so great are the fact that they've got chlorogenic acid, which is a bioactive, also found in apples, that can actually activate your metabolism and help you burn down harmful body fat. And chlorogenic acid is also anti-angiogenic, means it actually stops blood vessels from growing to tumors. Pretty cool. One of the things that I love about pears is that it's got a lot of dietary fiber. So an average pear has got about 5 or 6 grams of dietary fiber per pear, and a study from MD Anderson showed that just having that amount of dietary fiber can lower the risk of tumor progression or death by about 30% in one study where they looked at people with melanoma on immunotherapy. And so here is actually a food that can actually make medical treatments work better. Dietary fiber, pear, one of my favorites.
With pears, you can eat the skin, so you got to wash it really, really well.
Next in the list is kiwi.
Kiwi is packed with vitamins and antioxidants, and it's been shown that eating just 1 kiwi a day can actually cause your blood to be fortified to neutralize about 60% of the incoming damage from DNA. And if you eat 3 kiwis a day, okay, which is pretty easy, right? You put it into a yogurt, okay? It's something that simple actually will build itself back up so that damaged DNA will be repaired.
This is a study, a very small study, but an important one that just shows a proof of concept out of Singapore. They gave female volunteers 2 kiwis a day for 4 days and then looked inside their stool to see what happens. In the first 24 hours, they had 35% more lactobacillus in their stool just from eating the kiwi. The fiber in the fruit, feeding the bacteria, changing the population, and the bifidobacteria increased by 17% over the 4 days. These two bacteria, lactobacillus and bifidobacteria, they actually make other metabolites called short-chain fatty acids, or SCAFAs, that are anti-inflammatory. They alter our lipids and energy metabolism, and they actually help our gut have protective mucus layer, so you have less leaky gut kind of syndrome. So kiwi, who would have thought that kiwi would have be beneficial to us on the basis of our microbiome? But now you have it.
Next is berries.
Berries, and we started talking about berries, have this ellagic acid and anthocyanins. Dark berries like blueberries, blackberries, and even strawberries. You know, anthocyanin is a kind of a reddish, purplish natural dye that is anti-angiogenic, immune boosting activity. Eating berries actually is really helpful for your health defenses. So that's, by the way, if you have berries, please don't put tons of sugar on them. Let Mother Nature's sugar, you know, most berries are not that sweet.
Under berries, Dr. William Lee often talks about strawberry.
Strawberries have also been shown to actually improve your metabolism. And what's really interesting by eating strawberries is that although strawberries can be sweet, when they measured blood sugar, eating strawberries in a way to improve your metabolism not only decreased weight and waist size and lowered weight and decreased body fat, it also didn't raise blood sugar. So this whole idea, another kind of like common idea that's kind of like a paintbrush idea. Yeah, don't eat fruit. It's got too much sugar in it. It's got too much fructose. It might kind of sound like it makes sense on a casual level, but the science actually doesn't show that. And the reason is that the bioactives in the strawberry activate your body so it starts to burn down the bad fat. Okay, so you can actually metabolize even faster.
Finally,
Remember the words of Hippocrates, often referred to as the father of medicine. It is believed to have said, "Let the food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food." This quote encapsulates the idea of food plays a significant role in maintaining good health and preventing illness. Hippocrates lived in ancient Greece around 400 BC and also is known for revolutionizing the practice of medicine by moving away from supernatural beliefs and towards a more scientific and empirical approach. So listen, if you want to see more of Dr. Lee, go ahead and look him up on the internet, I hope, or YouTube, I should say. And I hope you enjoyed what we shared with you. It's all good. Let us know in your comments. Hit subscribe. That's a big favor to us. It's all free.